Show. I'm Andrew Bartolotta, Director of Digital Media here at City Current. And today's guest is Amanda Wiig, Director of Marketing Communications for Make-A-Wish Mid-South. Amanda, thank you for joining us today.
Such a pleasure. Glad to be here with you.
Now, a statistic that I saw on your website is that every 20 minutes, a child is diagnosed with a critical illness. We all know and love Make-A-Wish and its mission to create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. Can you give us a history for Make-A-Wish Mid-South?
So we started back in 1986, coming up here on 35 years of granting wishes to Mid-South kids. Jim Forbes actually started Make-A-Wish Mid-South. So a lot of people don't know it, but Make-A-Wish Mid-South is actually our separate 501c3 here. We raise our own money. We kind of have our own governance. Local people here in Memphis kind of sit on our board. So Jim saw a wish granted somewhere else in the US and he thought, oh my gosh, kids in the Mid-South need wishes. And so he and kind of a small group of people started Make-A-Wish Mid-South to grant wishes for kids. West Tennessee, North Mississippi, and then all of Arkansas is kind of our territory where we grant wishes for kids. What's really neat about being local is the money that people give stays right here in our communities. And so as a Memphian, when you're giving to Make-A-Wish Mid-South, we get to turn around and grant wishes for kids right in our schools and in our neighborhoods. And it's really, really neat to use just over 82 cents of every dollar goes directly to wishes. And it's a number we're really proud of, and we work really hard to be sure that a lot of the donation goes directly to wishes here in the Mid-South.
Your website, wish.org, shares some heartwarming stories of granted wishes. Can you share some of your favorites made possible by Make-A-Wish?
But there are so many. I'm glad you had a chance to check out the website. There's some great ones there as well. So one that comes to mind, a girl named Deanna. She is here in Memphis, and a couple of months ago, she wished to have a blue electric guitar. She wants to be a music producer when she grows up, and so it was really neat, I think, for her to have that guitar kind of work on her music skills. You know, Andrew, for you and I, isolation, wearing masks, these are things that are newer at least to us. But a lot of our wish kids have maybe worn a mask for most of their life, or have lived in isolation out of, away from friends and family and out of school for the duration of the time that they're kind of battling their condition. And so we really see wishes meet kids exactly where they're at today. So for a kiddo like Deanna, being in a pandemic, she was of course out of school, battling her critical illness, and her guitar for her, she just described it as like a huge reprieve, kind of like her own little oasis in the midst of a lot of this chaos. And so for her to have something like her blue electric guitar, it was just really special to her right in that moment. And that's truly why we grant wishes, to kind of meet kids where they're at in this moment, grant them a wish to be able to see their future and kind of the hope of their future. For Deanna to think, oh man, like this is one step closer to me being a music producer. It's really neat to experience wishes like that, in which kids can really use their wish as like a springboard of hope for their future.
I love that. And so many of us, or at least I know for me growing up, I thought, okay, Make-A-Wish means that a child may want to go to Walt Disney World or Legoland or those grand sort of trips. But for a lot of them, they are the blue electric guitar, or I saw a trip in a hot air balloon. And these are things that really help, like you said, propel their wish forward and give them hope during a critical illness. Now, speaking of critical illnesses, can you talk about a common misconception with Make-A-Wish on it only being for children with terminal illnesses versus critical illnesses?
Sure. Thanks for bringing that up. So, a lot of people think that we grant wishes for kids with terminal illnesses, like you mentioned. And it's a huge misconception. And actually, most of the kids that we grant wishes to go on to lead healthy, medically normal adult lives. So, we really see wishes as an opportunity for a boost, really, for kids to start to really overcome those critical illnesses. A lot of times, parents even describe their child's wish as a turning point, kind of in their medical journey, when their child kind of starts to see him or herself outside of the hospital, outside of just, a child with an illness, a sick child just being poked and prodded, and like really starts to see themselves outside of that illness. And so we grant wishes to kids with critical illnesses, is the term that we use, but a wide variety. That, of course, includes cancer, but it includes a ton of genetic conditions, bone conditions, blood conditions, heart conditions, just tons of different conditions that we grant wishes for. So I always love to send people to our website, wish.org/refer. And if you know a child with a critical illness, we love to see if they could get referred and qualified for a wish.
Can you share with us more about the impact a wish has on a child with a critical illness and how it provides hope to a child?
Absolutely. So I kind of think of another wish kiddo. Her name is Lana. Lana wished for it's so cute, a computer with a colored printer. And Lana was out of school before the pandemic hit, actually, just because of her illness again, couldn't be around other kiddos. But her mom actually described her computer as an opportunity for her to still have the chance to connect with her classmates. She was able to use it for educational games. I'm sure plenty of not educational games as well, but educational games to kind of stay up on her schoolwork and be able to kind of feel like she wasn't falling behind in school was just really meaningful for her. And then her mom also told us about how they got to go through old family pictures from trips past and experiences and memories and print them off and make photo books at this time that Lana was isolated and again away from her friends and family. And so I think just that again, that computer and printer, it seems really simple, but to kind of meet a child in that isolation and to be able to just like have a huge impact on their life and their connection with other kids in that moment, I just think it really is a great example of the impact of wishes.
Absolutely. Now, how has the pandemic sort of changed the way that Make a Wish Mid South operates and grants wishes for children?
Sure, that's a great question. So, like you mentioned, we do a lot of Disney wishes. We've done a lot of travel wishes, sending kids to Paris or Hawaii. And so we're not able to send kids to travel right now. Of course, just like probably you and I haven't traveled in the last year. It's just keeping wish kids safety top of mind. So we're not sending kiddos on airplanes. So we are doing shorter distance trips if kids can, drive to somewhere, or trips are still an opportunity for wishes. But I think that's one of the biggest things is just really the way that we have become really creative in how we grant wishes. And so if a child wants to see the water, like look at where is there water that we can get this kiddo to water, or on a boat for a day, or to be a princess. We've done a lot of shopping spree wishes, which are really fun. A lot of local companies here in Memphis partner with us for those, and giving kids things like we've done a lot of gaming computers. We've done a lot of room makeovers. We granted a wish for a kiddo Landon here in Memphis, and he wanted like a sensory room makeover. So we
Cool.
got to do all kinds of squishy mats and mirrors on the wall, and just kind of all types of toys and things for him to kind of really have his own space and his own special playroom just for him. So we're still granting wishes. We're still granting a lot of wishes, but they are just looking different right now. And like I said, with the creativity of truly exactly what this child wants as their wish and how we can still make it happen today.
I love that. That's so cool. I
Yeah.
love the room makeover, especially during the pandemic for people just,
Yeah.
staying so much at home and being able to have a sensory playroom. Like that would be such a great way to take your mind off of your critical illness and just be a kid. And that's what Make a Wish
Absolutely.
job does so great is just let the kid be the kiddos, like you said, let them be a kid and experience what kids want to experience.
Yeah.
Now,
Some adults could probably benefit from a sensory playroom too.
yes.
So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, Make-A-Wish is an international organization. You said that, Make-A-Wish Mid-South is a separate 501(c)(3). I've seen quite a bit of cool sponsorships or partnerships with businesses globally. Talk about some of your partnerships locally with Make-A-Wish Mid-South and how people can get involved there.
absolutely. I love talking about this. So we have a lot of opportunities for companies to get involved. And I feel like I could get myself in some hot water starting to list off companies, but there's some amazing local partners who, I mean, things as simple as, roundup campaigns where, at a cash register, you could round your bill up to donate to Make a Wish. We have kind of change jars that there as well. So kind of you'll see around town a lot of different. I'm thinking of restaurants and coffee bars and retail stores that do a lot of that. We also have great national partnerships at the corporate level. So some of those are based in Memphis. We do kind of employee giving as well. So companies, sometimes employees can, you've probably seen it, I have as well. Places that you work that, you can give a part of your paycheck to make wishes happen. So it's really neat when companies get to come together, and it's the employees themselves who have like put their money toward granting those wishes. So that what that looks like is we kind of get to come on site for a day with the wish kid and with their employees. Right now it's happening in a lot of parking lots and a lot of outdoor locations, but the employees actually get to be part of the experience of what we call the wish reveal. And so just walking the child through, your wish is being granted and this is what that means. So sometimes it's a really cool scavenger hunt or videos, or I mean, choreographed dances from these companies, or all kinds of neat ideas and opportunities to kind of engage employees in this wish process so they can really experience the wish reveal alongside that child. So, what's so neat about the Make Wish mission, I think, is that when we kind of as a community come together to grant wishes, it's something that we all get to be involved in experiencing, which is not something that you get to see always. When you give to Make a Wish, you can be a part of a wish reveal, to really see this joy on a child's face when their wish is granted. And so I think it's really neat that there's space for everybody at Make a Wish. Whether it's a smaller business, a corporate partner, whether it's the corporation itself giving, and local employees get to experience that. If it's the employees themselves giving, even if it's just a discount. We have a lot of great partnerships too that they just discount their goods or services and kind of apply that discount toward a donation to Make a Wish. So I think there's a lot of really awesome ways to get involved, especially when it comes to companies. And schools is another really neat local opportunity. We have a lot of schools in the Memphis area and the Mid South involved in giving. And so kids are so creative. They do change drives, and you bring nickels on Tuesday and dollars on Wednesday and quarters on Thursday, and kind of raise money that way to grant wishes. We have Make a Wish clubs at schools. Students are so passionate about granting wishes for other students, and it's really neat to see the entrepreneurial skills that can build, and then also just the relationship of those kiddos with the wish kid that they get to know through their wish experience.
Absolutely. Now, talk about your When Stars Align campaign and how the community can get involved for that.
Absolutely. So when Stars Align is coming up in April, it actually celebrates the very first wish ever granted. That happened in 1980, a little bit before Make Wish Mid South here was founded. But it's just a celebration campaign, like I said, of that first wish ever granted. And a really awesome way to get involved with that is just jump on Facebook. A lot of us have Facebook pages. Go to Make a Wish Mid South Facebook and start a fundraiser. But it's a super, super simple way to engage your friends, like I said, in a local mission, and to see the impact of that wishes, those wishes being granted. So you can also donate on our webpage, wish.org/mid-south. And I think we're going to be talking about a lot of cool volunteering opportunities too. But as far as When Stars Align, I think that Facebook giving is a really neat and easy way for people just to immediately make a difference for kids in our community.
Now, you also have a golf classic coming up. Would you like to talk about that?
So that's the end of June, June 28th. We'll be at Southwind this year, an incredible course, awesome partners that we're always grateful to partner with. But if you want to be part of the Golf Classic, June 28th, it's a really, really cool tournament. We love to get Wish Kids involved in ways. So you'll see Wish Kiddos out on the golf course. We'll probably be distanced. We'll still be in masks, I think, of course, in June. But a really neat way, I think, just to have kind of hands on our mission. We've had people from all over the country and all different walks of life kind of join our golf tournament. And it's my understanding that it is really a top notch experience. So would really love to have anybody involved who wants to come to the golf tournament. You can just get your spot on our website. Again, wish.org/mid-south, all one word, and click on events. And there's kind of some more information there about how to get a spot on a golf team in June.
That's great. Southwind is a city current partner and they do have a beautiful course. What are some other ways the community can get involved? And then can you talk to us about Make-A-Wish Mid-South partnering with Volunteer Odyssey for their second annual virtual volunteer day, Friday, April 23rd, and then tease us with what the audience will be doing that
Yeah.
day for a virtual volunteer opportunity.
Awesome. We love Volunteer Odyssey. They're an incredible organization here in Memphis too. Volunteering with Make-A-Wish is another really neat opportunity, I think, to get involved. I will say broadly, we use volunteers to truly carry out our mission in a really unique way in that we literally could not grant wishes without volunteers. So if you want to become a Make-A-Wish volunteer, go to our website, check out our volunteer trainings that are coming up. We're starting to get some of those. It was, we've all adjusted to this virtual world. It was a big adjustment for us to change those volunteer trainings, but we're getting some of them on the calendar in the coming months. So as a Make-A-Wish volunteer, you'll be partnered with another volunteer and you get to actually generally, historically, go out and meet wish kids. A lot of those are virtual right now, but you will be the volunteer kind of partnered with that wish kid, talking to him or her about his or her wish, what they want to be when they grow up, what they want to do. And then you'll get to kind of come back to the Make-A-Wish office and explain that wish and kind of talk it through with us. And then kind of together, we'll all work to create that wish for a child. The volunteers are kind of the main point of communication with families, which is super neat. And then you coordinate with families for the wish reveal as a volunteer. You get to kind of do some shopping for the kiddos. We have like a whole nother gift budget on top of the wish just to make it really special for kids. So volunteering is super hands-on with Make-A-Wish Mid-South. And it's really neat. You can totally go at your pace. You can grant one wish a year, or you could grant 5 wishes a month, whatever, your schedule and your time allows. So we also have opportunities for volunteers to kind of help our office staff kind of relieve some of those office duties. We have airport greeters. Um, Again, when families start traveling again, we have people meet them at the airport to kind of walk them through airport security. If you travel a lot, it's not a big deal. But if you have kiddos and a lot of medical equipment, it's a really different ballgame to try to get to your flight and navigate the airport. So, people who fly a lot, we love having them as airport greeters. All kinds of ways to get involved with Make Wish Mid South. And as far as the end of April Volunteer Odyssey event, we're actually going to have people writing notes of encouragement to Wish Kids. Right now, we have about 400 kids waiting for their wishes. A lot of that is things that we can do to help. The more donors we have and the more donations we get, the faster we can grant those wishes a lot of times. And so, but those 400 kiddos, we just want to encourage them, write them notes. We'll be able to mail those notes to them. And I just think we all love getting mail, and it's really special to get a handwritten note knowing that someone's thinking of you and just to encourage you. So we're really excited about the project that we have coming up with Volunteer Odyssey.
I love that personal touch. And right now, like you said, just going to the mailbox, a kid going to a mailbox and seeing that their name, they have a piece of mail that they can open up. I mean, I
Yeah.
still get giddy when I see it, an envelope that's not a bill that we can open and just see
That's
that
right.
handwritten note. That's great. I love that. Now,
Yeah.
what puts a smile on your face when you look at the work that you get to do with Make-A-Wish Mid-South every day?
Yeah. I think, it's easy to get lost. We all do, right? In email and all these little small tasks that we do every day. So I think for me, just to get to interact with Wish families, it is unbelievable to listen to. I think of specifically Wish parents who trying to even hold it together thinking about it, but hearing from Wish parents about how important wishes are and the difference that it's made for kids, and how special those wishes are, it is really impactful. Each family has their own Make-A-Wish story and their own way that kind of Make-A-Wish and that wish has changed their lives and their kids' lives. And it's really, really special to hear from parents about why your donations matter, why your volunteering matters, and why Make-A-Wish and wishes matter.
Now, you've been sharing it throughout this conversation, but I do want you to share again where people can learn more about Make-A-Wish Mid-South website. If you have a phone number, you direct people to social media, give listeners some contact points so they can reach out to you and help grant wishes.
Absolutely. So come check us out, wish.org/Mid-South. That's our local Mid-South website. So if you donate there, again, that's the money that stays right here in Memphis. Um, check us out on social media. We love kind of posting on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these different platforms, YouTube, wish stories and wish photos. So yeah, we're on Facebook, Make a Wish Mid South, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're on LinkedIn if you kind of want to look at companies being involved and kind of the wishes that companies and corporations are granting here. So we love interacting with people. Send us a message, write us an email, there's a contact form on our website if you have any questions about getting involved. We love to take the time to talk it through with you, answer your questions, and see how you fit within Make-A-Wish. We are a organization that just reaches and touches a lot of people, and there is space for everybody at Make-A-Wish. So no matter how much time you have or how you want to be involved, we would be thrilled to kind of welcome you to Make a Wish and talk to you about what it might look like for you to be involved with Wish Kids.
Amanda, thank you. Thank you for working to power the good in our community each and every day through Make a Wish Mid South. And we look forward to working with you all in the future and sharing more and granting more wishes. But thank you for coming on our City Current radio show. I appreciate it.
Such a pleasure. Thanks for having me. I'm really glad to be here.